Yo, what is going on, Stock Hours YouTube channel? My name is Frankie, manager for Stock Hours and manager for Nor. Today we're going to be diving into Interactive Brokers pros and cons with the option trading cash account. So this goes for anybody under that $25,000 margin rule, or anybody who's getting stuck with that 3-day restriction that the PDT rule gives you. We're going to dive into that and how to avoid that and go around that. But before we do, I'm going to ask you guys to like and subscribe to the YouTube channel. Let's get this community growing to a larger scale. So with that being said, let's get right into it. So we're going to go into what a cash account is. You can day trade with the full amount you have in your account. Traditionally, resets overnight, causing you to trade again with the same amount in your account. So for example, let's say you have $1,000 in your account. You can make up to 2 day trades with $500 or even 5 day trades with $200 each in your account each day. So that's what a cash account is. Now, an interactive broker is a cash account is that the cash settles immediately after every option trade you do. You can day trade with whatever you have in your account. So for example, let's say you have $3,000 in your account. You can trade up to that amount on any play you take or under. So, and also does not require any special permission when signing up for a cash account with Interactive Brokers. You don't have to press any special button for this to happen, none of that. You just have to be over 21 and then just fill out the form as you normally would. So next, we are going to go into the pros of a cash account with Interactive Brokers. So this is the pros and cons that I'm going to get into of my journey from a small account to what my account's at now, and also the cons of being on a cash account. So we're going to go on this first point. So you can scalp and day trade as much as you want without having the cash you make or lose settle the next day. So with whatever trade you place within that time frame, it settles immediately. Red, green, doesn't matter, that cash will settle immediately on any option trade you do. So next it can be beneficial with the right discipline and risk management on taking proper setups. So with this being said, I want this to be known that just because your account resets after every trade, it does not mean you should take every single setup or scalp that you see. It can burn you, commissions add up really quickly, and I just don't recommend anybody with the not proper risk management and discipline to switch over to this, just because it can spiral out of control. So, but taking advantage of multiple great setups the same amount size without being restricted is one of the nicest things that I experienced growing my small account, was being able to take any trade I wanted to without me being restricted. So like, let's say Nor had a spectacular let's say he had 3 banger trades for the day, and let's say I used 50% of 60% of my capital on one of the big trades. On those 2 next big trades that are highly probable, I won't be able to use that kind of capital again. Sucks, but with Interactive Brokers cash account, I'm able to use that same size. If not, if I wanted to readjust just a bit smaller, just because I'd be pretty green off those big probable setups that we throw every morning. So it like I said, it comes down to risk management and discipline and learning how to size accordingly to every single trade you take. So like I said, it can spiral out of control, or you can rocket ship yourself out of a cash account so easily with this. Like I said, just right discipline and risk management will take you to new heights in your account with this. So next, we are going to be going into the cons of a cash account with Interactive Brokers. So with the first point is it can be dangerous and spiral out of control with bad risk management and the urge to take every trade, FOMO, as many of us traders like to call it. So with this being said, every trade you see, every setup doesn't mean it's a good setup, not one bit. There's been multiple times where I've seen good scalps or good trading opportunities, and after being green nicely on the day, I'll take those setups thinking I'm hot, I can take any trade and come out green, and and slowly lose those profits that I made, and at some point eventually be red. This happened to me the first time when I moved over to Interactive Broker. Was the power of being able to be on a margin account, quote unquote, on a cash account. So being able to take unlimited trades with no discipline and bad risk management kind of put me in that scenario. So that comes with FOMO. So if you see somebody cashing out on certain trades, doesn't mean you should be. you should just walk away, set your alerts on your own ideas that you had that morning, and just walk away from the computer and just stick with what you had to play. That comes with right discipline and risk management with that as well. So one of the other cons is losses settle immediately as well, just like your wins do. So let's say you come out red on a trade, that's going to reflect immediately to your account. So let's say you lost $100 here on your account, on your $1,000 account. I hope you want to do that. That's 10% on trade right there if you used all your capital on a trade, but get better risk management for sure. But that $100 that you lost will settle immediately, bringing you down to $900 left in your account. So like I said, you got to be careful. You got to know what you're doing. It's going to be more of the proper risk management that you take on certain trades after you're up nicely, or be able to take the proper setups with this cash account. The other thing that I want to touch up on that's different from interactive brokers, from let's say Thinkorswim, I'm not sure about Webull on how their commissions are like, but commissions add up over time with bad setups you take throughout the day. So let's say you're taking scalp plays, right, with interactive brokers. Those tiny, let's say you're taking bad scalps, you're making like $5 to $10 on each scalp. Eventually those commissions will add up, and you can see here I have written down that a round trip for option trading on interactive broker, just with one option contract by itself, averages between $2 to $3. So you can imagine if you're making $5 to $10 on each scalp, thinking, oh, I'm gonna scale my account so high. You're not. Those commissions slowly eat up into your commissions and your account, and you will highly see that, and it'll make you choose the high probable trades a lot more and stay away from those tiny baby scalps that you think are good. So, not to call out anybody, but I've done it before myself, so it definitely eats up into your profits. Another thing I want to touch up on is that's really important for anybody who's wanting to switch over from any other broker to interactive brokers for this advantage, is that you cannot trade shares, as this gets rid of the immediate cash settling in the account. So with that, I mean, to this day, I don't know what is so special about interactive brokers compared to other platforms, but like I've been saying, a cash account on interactive brokers is treated like a margin account. So with that is your cash settling immediately, your profits, losses, whatever the case may be, that cash settles immediately. Now the only thing that I have noticed with me in the stock hours chat is that you cannot day trade shares at all. Buy and sell the same day, buy a single share, you can't do any of that. Is if you do, it'll mess up the quote unquote glitch that's in the account, and your account just goes to being a normal cash account. So being only able to use what's available in your account. So like I said earlier, if you have $1,000 in your account, you can only use two $500 trades, or you can do up to 5 $200 trades. So it'll go into that immediately, not immediately, but it will go into that transition if you do trade shares. So I would recommend and highly be alert on your option chain of what you're trading, and make sure you're not buying shares on accident. I haven't done that mistake. I've made sure that I have not done that, but I highly recommend that to anybody switching over, is that you can't trade shares. That's the only downside, but excuse me, but I normally don't trade shares, so that doesn't really affect me. So interactive broker advantages over other brokers that I have noticed. The first broker that I have ever used was Robinhood. To this day, I am glad that the people, when I first joined the stock hours community, got me away from Robinhood and got me onto Thinkorswim. But after that, after maybe like a year or so on Thinkorswim, I finally made a change to interactive broker, just because the fills are better. It's better for what we do. You can see here I have it. Interactive broker is tailored more towards fast option trading execution. So what we do as a stock hours community is we scalp options. We day trade options, same week expirations, and you can see that even, and I've noticed is that it even down to the second that the moment you buy that market button, can a second difference can be the storytelling of a good fill or a bad fill. I've seen it happen before. It's happened to me, it's happened to my friends, it's happened to some of the managers, where if you get in a second too late, that fill is going to screw you over. So to me, with interactive broker being an instant broker where as soon as I hit that buy market button, it's gonna put me in. I've had situations before on TOS where I hit that buy market button and the platform will literally lag for a second or two on my end. I have no idea why. I'm wired and it'll just take a second for it to fill. So I didn't like that. I wasn't a fan of that, especially when I like to trade within market open, within that first hour where most of the volume is happening. I like to take advantage of that, of all that volume and good setups of those setups being able to happen. And I like my fills to actually go through and I don't have to wait a second or two knowing if my fill got filled or not, or if my order got filled or not. So that's that. So other point is IB cash account settles immediately. Most new traders, I'm talking to most of the audience, most people actually don't have over $25,000 to start with, so which is that PDT rule. And like I said, I usually recommend this. TOS offers a great cash account option. This is just for those who want to take their cash account to the next level and think they have the right discipline and risk management to be able to handle what a margin account is pretty much like on Interactive Brokers. So the third option that I really like, and you'll soon see more videos we come through with the channel, is Interactive Brokers offers more opportunities to configure screen setups than what other brokers normally like to do. And by I mean like the small brokers like Thinkorswim, Webull, Robinhood. The customization that Interactive Broker has compared to those brokers is beyond far amazing. You can change the exchange your order is being sent through. I just keep it by default if you guys are wondering. You can change your custom buy and sell buttons. We have a video on that coming up soon. One of the managers, Benji, touched it up actually a bit on the previous video that he made it for the channel. But you can have a custom limit buy fill button for, let's say you can have a spread. You can have a limit button fill you for 2% above the bid, above the or under the ask. It doesn't matter, whatever you want it to be tailored to. And also with sell buttons, you can have a sell 1% button that sells you 1% from the ask. Like I said, Interactive Brokers comes with a bunch of customization that I really love and really like to take advantage of, especially with the subscriptions that they charge you, which is roughly up to $100 up a month, and they take that out the first of every month. So with that being said, I only made the move just because I know at this point I'm a well-rounded, disciplined trader with good, proper risk management, where I don't have to worry about what Interactive Brokers takes out of my account, which is $100 each month for all the subscriptions that I use to day trade and scalp options. So, but with that being said, guys, I'm gonna actually show you guys my whole setup and how I trade on Interactive Brokers and use the charts for TOS. So let's get right into that. Yo, what is going on, guys? This is Frankie. This is just to show you guys my whole setup here on what I have on my screen. Right now, everything that you see, it's on my 49-inch monitor, my Samsung curved monitor. This is the monitor that I use to execute all my trades on and to see my charts. On my left screen, which is where you guys are seeing me from, where you can see my webcam, that's where I have up to 3 to 5 charts on my left. It can depend from NQ, ES, a few stocks that I'm watching that are hot that morning that I really like. On my right, you can see I have my vertical monitor, but for this monitor I mainly use it for Discord, as you can see me popping up here. Nor's stock hours, Discord servers over here, but other than that, I only use this monitor for Discord for when markets open and when I'm day trading. But you can see here on my screen, I still use TOS charts just because I prefer TOS charts way more than Interactive Broker charts. Entirely comes down to your own opinion and liking, but I personally like TOS charts way more than Interactive Brokers. It's cleaner, easier to move, just easier to navigate. But you can see here on the left, I have NQ, NASDAQ futures. And just because I like to trade most of the tech stocks, and so does most of the chat, so does Nor. So I like to have 1 minute time frame candles of NQ to my left, and then whatever stock I am trading at the moment to the right. So you can see I have Tesla here popped up. I have it chained to where, let's say I wanted to go switch over to Amazon real quick. I just click over here, it's chained. You can see the one button over here. also here, and as soon as I click that, it just changes the chart to that without having me to type in Amazon. And that second or two, like depending on the trade, if it's like a fast morning, I'm not gonna be able to get in there in time. So really helpful little tip for you guys there if you guys didn't know that. Super easy. You just click the scroll down here, click whatever number, whatever color you want it to change to, and then you just do it same thing with your chart. NQ, I just have this always as NQ. You can see I have ES down here to look at ES, which is the S&P 500, SPX, whichever one you want to call it. But yeah, there's that. And then now the juicy part that everybody loves or wants to see is my interactive broker setup. So you can see if I take down TOS, you can see here that this is all interactive brokers here. So you can see I have my activity page down here in the bottom left hand corner. You can see this is where I see all my orders, all my trades, the summary of my trades. So you can see the commissions, net total on the trades, your buy and sell, your average of what you bought at, average of what you sold at. This is what I like to look at real quick if I'm in a position, and then I just glance down here and see what my fill was. So down here you can see this is level 2. Obviously it's not open right now because it's a Saturday, market's closed, but this is what I use. I personally love level 2 on interactive brokers a lot. So I use this besides TOS level 2, and it just comes to personal liking. I know a few people who use interactive brokers to execute who actually prefer TOS level 2 over interactive brokers level 2. So like I said, it entirely comes down to your own opinion on what you like. I personally love the interactive brokers level 2 and how fast it moves, how you can see walls of orders pending by scrolling down and that are way ahead of what we're playing. So super helpful. I like it, but it comes down to your own opinion. Right here, you can see right here, this little window right here, this is level 2 for the option contracts. The only reason why I have this up is solely based on the fact that you can see here I have the spread up here. This isn't always true telling. I don't know why, it's just like that with Book Trader. This tab up here, by the way, is Book Trader. This is where you see all my buttons and all the customization that I was talking about, where you can have a buy 2.5% limit button. You can have a sell 2.5%, 1.75%, whatever you want it to be. But these are the buttons I like to use. You can see right here, take a screenshot if you want, whatever you want to do. But these are the buttons that I use. But I like to have just the level 2 option contracts up and see what the spread is normally like, because sometimes this will, let's say the spread on Amazon's maybe $70, right? 70 cents. It can tell me up here it's 70 cents, but sometimes it'll update. Most of the time it will update quicker on the level 2 window right here for the contracts, and it'll update way quicker, and let's say it boosts down to 40 cents or 30 cents, so a $30 or $40 spread. That will be really helpful if I'm about to get into a play and see that right away. That's probably gonna make me want to fill at that moment. So just a personal preference, I like it. And then the way I like to switch between, a lot of people have it different. I know Nor likes to type in his stocks, but for me personally, I have 2 watch lists, which seems pretty confusing. But you can see here, if let's say I wanted to trade, okay, let's see over here, let's go on my TOS chart over here. Let's say I wanted to go over to NVIDIA. All right, click NVIDIA. And let's say I wanted to trade and execute NVIDIA, right? And watch the level 2. So my top monitor over here, it's chained to my option chain, to my level 2, with the stock I'm trading. So you can see they're all chained together, all these little orange chains. So let's say I click NVIDIA, right? You can see this, my option chain over here is updating. And then you can see over here, my level 2 updated, and then my Book Trader updated to NVIDIA. And then from there, I can go on and go ahead and choose whatever contracts I want to play. So I want to play the A10 contracts. You can see those pulled up right here immediately. Even with, you can see it updates really quickly. It's usually the same speed, honestly, when it comes down to market being open. So like I said, it's super fast, super tailored to people who like to trade option contracts and scalp them. So that's what I do to switch between the stocks really quickly. And then here on the bottom, you can see I have another watch list, which some of you may be confused, but if let's say I have this, you can see right here, if I were to have this level 2 chained to this level 2 over here, it would pull up the level 2 for contracts, not the actual stock. So I have to have a separate watch list. Some of you may find it annoying or out of your way to have it like that, but to me, I haven't found any problem with that. But usually I have this watch list strictly for level 2. So like I said, we're playing NVIDIA. I'll just quickly hover over NVIDIA, click that. You can see the name change down here. So that's what that's for. And then other than that, that's my setup right there. Option chains over here, you saw that it's linked to this watch list, so I can switch between any stock really quickly, look through their contracts, what has the best volume, best open interest, and all that good stuff. But other than that, you can see this is just the main window for Interactive Brokers. This is if you click X, it just closes the whole program. And then over here, it's your portfolio or your monitor tab to see how much you're up on the day. So, but with that being said, that is my Interactive Brokers and TOS setup as well, just to throw a little extra in for you guys. If you guys did end up liking the video, let me know, just so I can make more videos like this tailored for you small accounts, just because I know what it was like to grow a small account, and some of the tips I have for you guys can be really helpful. So that being said, like the video, subscribe to the YouTube channel. Let's get this community growing even more than what's already at. With that being said, I'll catch you guys later. Peace.